Season's greetings, KOGI. As we look forward to 2022, let us all resolve to be committed to the concept of one KOGI. Let the common hopes, dreams and aspirations we share outweigh despair and distrust. From His Excellency, the Executive Governor of KOGI State, Yahaya Adoza Bello, we want to wish you, the great people of KOGI State, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hello and a warm welcome to Mlc TV News Hour. I am Fatima Yakub. The news headlines. The Senate passes 2022 appropriation bill of 17.126 trillion naira. Federal government introduces digital tokens to replace name slip. Omicron wave appears milder, but concern remains. And Carabao Cup semi-final draw, Arsenal face Liverpool and Chelsea meets Tottenham. Now the news in detail. The Senate has passed 2022 appropriation bill of 17.126 trillion naira. This followed the adoption of the recommendations of the report of its Committee on Appropriations at plenary on Wednesday. Presenting the report, Senator Barau Jibrin, the chairman of the committee, said the committee increased the oil price benchmark from $57 to $62 to reflect the current market value in the international market. The committee recommended that the additional revenue should be channeled to the following ministries and agencies that forwarded the request for more funding for every critical project. They include the Ministry of Works and Housing, Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), and the National Population Commission (NPC), he said. President of Senate Ahmad Lawan, in his remarks after the budget was passed, commended the committees for ensuring the passage of the budget back-to-back before the Christmas break. This is one of their great legacy, bringing back the budget cycle to that desirable and predictable January to December budget cycle. They promised Nigerians in 2019 that this Senate and indeed the National Assembly will bring back the cycle of the budget so that the economy is better influenced and supported. The federal government has introduced the suite of digital tokens to replace the aging National Identification Number slip and polycarbonate card. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, said this at a stakeholders workshop on the name tokenization solution organized by National Identity Management Commission in Abuja. He said the government adopted the solution to ensure the privacy of personal identifiable information of individuals during verification transactions and to reduce incidences of illegal retrieval, usage, transfer, and storage of name. The minister, who was represented by the Director General of NIMC, Ali Abubakar, said the full implementation begins on January 1st, 2022. He said the tokenization solution was customized to protect personal identifiable information and to protect the sanctity as well as sensitivity of the name issued by NIMC to registered individuals. Pantami said one of the benefits of the virtual name is to ensure no third party may carry out any verification hiding behind a proxy and without the knowledge of the NIMC being the custodian of identity. Also speaking, the technical consultant of NIMC, Tunji Durodola, said the digital token was designed to replace the 11-digit name for everyday usage. Durodola said the improved name slip had a smaller form factor and it is available to all who have been issued an active name, saying they may be purchased without having to visit the NIMC office. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced that it earned 2.56 trillion naira revenue from the sale of white products, petrol, kerosene, diesel in about 13 months. It also announced that 203.73 billion naira was made on the sale of white products in the month of July 2021 through its downstream subsidiary, the Petroleum Products Marketing Company. It said in a statement issued in Abuja that the figures were contained in the July 2021 NNPC monthly financial and operations report. It further stated that a total of 1.544 billion liters of petrol products were sold and distributed by the PPMC in the month of July 2021, with PMS accounting for 99% of the total volume. The report stated that the total sale of petroleum products for the period of July 2020 to July 2021 stood at 19.535 billion liters and PMS accounted for 99.73% of total volume. It also indicated a 5.23% increase in the average daily gas supply to power plants in the month of July 2021, which stood at 759 million standard cubic feet of gas per day. It noted that in July 2021, 42 pipeline points were vandalized, representing 10.64% decrease from the 47 points recorded in June 2021. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has handed over a check of 621.24 billion naira for the rehabilitation of 21 critical roads across the country. Hakeem Bello, Special Advisor, Communications to the Minister of Works, Babatunde Raji Fashola, confirmed this in a statement. In the statement issued in Abuja, the roads are to be undertaken through the tax credit scheme under the Executive Order 7 signed by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2019. Bello said Fashola in his remarks before the presentation of the check explained that the tax credit scheme, which was inherited from the previous administration, was meant as a strategic partnership with the private sector. The statement also quoted the minister as saying that the current administration was already using scheme for the construction and rehabilitation of Kabao-Bajana roads in Kogi State and the Apapa-Oworonsoki road in Lagos. He pointed out that, contrary to the belief in some quarters that the scheme was meant for only big companies like the Dangote Group, the scheme was open to all members of the private sector. The minister revealed, adding that it was in the life of the present administration that the scheme was given life, and because it had an expiration date, the Executive Order 7 had to be put in place to enable government use it to address the Kabao-Bajana and the difficult Apapa-Oworonsoki roads, which are serving the Apapa port, describing the signing of the check as a big show of confidence by the NNPC. Fashola expressed delight that, contrary to the earlier impression created in some quarters, the scheme was now attracting other sectors of the economy, including the manufacturing and telecommunications firms. The minister, who said some of the roads had subsisting contracts that were over 10 years old, pointed out that the NNPC was not taking over but funding the roads to ensure completion. The KOGI State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Wemi Jones, have disclosed that effort is on to ensure that every local government area in the state gets a GYB Model Science Secondary School. The commissioner made the disclosure when he received a gold medal award in public administration and as an integrity icon of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in public conduct, as rated him by whistleblowers on ethical compliance from the Center for Ethics and Value Orientation. Similarly, the Kogi State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology was rated as the most second ethical compliant ministry in the state out of 5 ministries assessed for Institution Corporate Award, with the commissioner maintaining that the outstanding achievements in the education sector is still a work in progress. Jones received the certificate of credence on behalf of the ministry, disclosed that following the establishment of the Confluence University of Science and Technology, ASARA. The GYB Model Science Secondary School would serve as a buffer for undergraduates in the Confluence University, reason why Governor Yaya Bello has given approval for every local government area in the state to have a GYB Model Science Secondary School. The commissioner disclosed that presently the state is building 3 GYB Model Science Secondary Schools in the 3 senatorial districts of the state, but assured that by the end of the first quarter of 2022, every local government area would have a GYB Model Science Secondary School, as reasons why the present administration increased the budgetary provision for education from 20% to 30% in the 2022 budget. The commissioner disclosed that Kogi State has surpassed the UNESCO benchmark of 26% for states to allocate to education, described Governor Bello as a miracle worker and a lover of education. The governor of Zamfara State, Bello Mohammed Matawalin, has expressed total dismay over the deplorable and poor condition of structures at New Special Primary School, Gusau, located behind the government house. The project was executed by the previous administration of Governor Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar. In a statement made available to journalists by the Chief Press Secretary to the governor, Jamilu Ilyasu Benin Magaji, said during the inspection visit, the governor lamented the collapse of most of the building in the school, which also left others in total dilapidation as a result of non-execution of contractual agreements. To this end, Governor Bello Matawali has directed the Secretary to the state government to immediately summon the contractor back to site and undertake the general construction of the primary school to the best standards of face arrest and prosecution. He noted that there is a total breach of contractual agreement by the contractor handling the project, hence the need for his administration to bring the contractor back to the site for the execution of the project in accordance with contractual agreement. He directed that the contractor must return to site in earnest for the construction of new work, pointing out that all necessary measures will be taken by his administration against the contractor if he fails to meet the government directives. He said, considering the poor condition of all the structures in the school, the state government will not allow school children to study under inconclusive environment. He reiterated his administration's commitment to provide quality education through good structures and equipment and improved teachers' conditions so that the state will continue to produce the best that can compete favorably anywhere. The governor was accompanied by the secretary to the state government, Kabiru Balaribe, head of service, Kabiru Mohammed Gayari, chief of staff, government house, Suleiman Ibrahim, commissioners and senior government officials. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State has sworn in 14 commissioners and 18 special advisors to rejig his cabinet. The governor commended the members of the House of Assembly under the leadership of Ibrahim Balaribe Abdullahi for accelerated screening and confirmation of the commissioners. Sule, while congratulating the newly appointed commissioners and advisors, urged them to imbibe the spirit of hard work, self-sacrifice in their various ministries. The new commissioners and their portfolios were listed to include Yakubu Kwanta, Environment and Natural Resources, Yusuf Aliu Turaki, Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Community Development, Aisha Turufa Ibrahim, Women Affairs and Social Development, Salihu Ena, Commissioner for Trade, Industry and Investment, Professor Umar Mikael Goku, Science and Technology, Nuhu Ibrahim Mushafu, Agriculture and Water Resources. Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak on Wednesday laid the 2022 budget before the state parliament, with capital expenditure grabbing 55.3% of the fiscal plan and the remaining 44.7% going for recurrent. The budget is 12.5% bigger than the revised budget of 2021 and focuses on completing ongoing projects and initiating new ones in the year. According to him, the 2022 budget proposal we are presenting today has been designed to sustain the tempo of this phenomenal growth we have recorded. It is therefore called Budget of Sustained Reformation for Inclusive Growth, he said. The size of the fiscal plan is over 189 billion naira, representing 12.15% increase over the 2021 revised budget. It has 44.7 recurrent component with provisions for payment of consequential adjustment of the minimum wage, with 55.3% capital expenditure. The objective is to fund ongoing projects and initiate new ones as resources permit. For instance, they plan to fund many priority power projects across the state: secondary water reticulation project, shea butter processing plant at Omilende, Patiji Hotel, rural roads under ramp, Montebelliard Ranch project, Kwasu campuses at OC and Elisha Baruba, among others. The budget presentation session was presided over by Speaker Yakubu Danlade Salihu and attended by all the House members, cabinet members, traditional leaders and party leaders from across the state. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has signed the 2022 budget of 294.7 billion naira and the bill on financial autonomy for the House of Assembly into law, stating that the budget represents the wishes of the people of the state. He maintained that the government will target 70 to 75% performance for the 2022 budget, adding that his administration will continue to make the budgetary process in the state open and transparent. Held at the executive chamber of the governor's office, Secretariat, Ibadan, the governor noted that the signing of the financial bill into law confirmed that the state is practicing the principle of separation of powers among three arms of government. Makinde, who christened the document Budget of Growth and Opportunities, said the total figure for their 2022 Budget of Growth and Opportunities is over 294 billion naira, passed by the Oyo State House of Assembly. He must use this opportunity to thank the honorable members, especially Speaker, for the speedy passage of the budget proposal. So today, he just signed the appropriation bill into law. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the promotion of 1,985 staff across the country. This was disclosed in a document circulated by the Commission on Wednesday. The Commission stated, in furtherance to its commitment to the welfare and the development of its staff, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has promoted 1,985 members of its staff nationwide. The promotion comes on the heels of 2021 promotion examination and evaluation carried out by the Commission. A breakdown of the figure indicates that 12 deputy directors on grade level GL16 were promoted to the post of directors on grade level 17, while 78 assistant directors on GL15 were elevated to the position of deputy directors on GL16. Also promoted to the assistant director cadre were 92 officers who were elevated from GL14 to GL15, and 971 other senior staff were promoted to grade levels between 7 to 14. The Commission also promoted 753 junior cadre staff between GL03 to 06 nationwide. You're still watching MLC TV News. We'll take a short break. The news continues shortly.
It's Christmas season and it's time to celebrate our children and our loved ones. As Big Brothers Hotel, in collaboration with Lady Himma, the Geeks Ambassador, presents Christmas Children Party. Are you celebrating here in Lokoja? Hurry now and bring your kids for a fun-filled festive season. Date 26 December 2021. Venue Big Brothers Hotel, opposite Barracks, Lokoja, KOGI State. Time 12 noon prompt. For your information and reservation, call 0903 5024 091. Again, 0903 5024 091. VVIP kills 1,500. VIP 1,000. Regular 500. Bring your children and you'll never regret bringing them to this ever first edition of Big Brothers Hotel's Christmas Children's Party. Come one, come all.
Mlc TV Online is here for your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news. Choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. A non-governmental organization, NGO, Ladi Memorial Foundation, says it has trained about 600 youths on skill acquisition, most of whom were vulnerable in the society, within the past 5 years. The founder of the organization, Rosemary Osikoya, disclosed this at the graduation ceremony of 32 youths on the organization's skills acquisition program in Abuja. The NGO is aimed at empowering youth and women to be self-reliant and provide them with a platform to acquire life-changing career, coaching and mentoring from the past 5 years. The NGO has been in existence They have been rendering vocational services to both in and out of school students at various levels. Rosemary explained that the 32 beneficiaries who just graduated were trained in skills like tailoring, baking, pastry, and arts craft, among others. She said for the program, they registered 54 people who went through their training for a period of 6 months. She expressed her joy as the graduates 32 youths. She noted that most of those trained by the NGO were school dropouts, but were introduced to school, adding that their self-esteem had increased. Most of the children, when they started, cannot read. They organized literacy classes for them, taught them entrepreneurship and how to make profit. She described the program as a huge success, considering the number of youths that it had helped to take off the streets, and urged educational institutions at various levels to adopt models in skill acquisition so as to equip students with skills that move them away from unemployment after school. Halima Oiza Sadiq, Executive Director, Participation Initiative for Behavioral Change in Development, BEPSID, has resigned her appointment from the organization. She said the resignation is to enable her pursue some personal endeavors. The former Executive Director thanked the management and staff of BEPSID for the opportunity given to her to lead BEPSID program operations in KOGI State. As Executive Director, Halima said she successfully delivered on all program operations for BEPSID funded by Action Aid and adhering to guidelines, effective utilization of resources provided by Action Aid, expressed satisfaction that all through her period as Executive Director, donors were satisfied with all the programs implemented. She explained that the program under her watch witnessed a successful closeout, with a particular reference to the SERV2 project, while 2 more she disclosed are to be completed in 2022, LRP and SOPIA project. She adds that, having fulfilled the handover requirements, she has proceeded on her terminal leave effective 20th December 2021, consequently has exited BEPSID. Halima disclosed the public press statement became necessary to forestall blackmail, having had a full understanding of the society she lives in, one that is characterized with mischief makers who will want to go to the extra mile in tarnishing people's image for no just cause, choose to inform the public of her resignation, thanked everyone for standing by her in their prayers and support. Her Majesty Queen Silekunola Naomi has announced her divorce from the OONI of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II. In a statement posted on her verified Instagram handle and Facebook page on Thursday, she said and announced an end to the 3-year marriage. According to her, she tried to make the union work, but said the monarch's public identity is at variance with his true self. She wrote, she did her best to endure and make it work. Many times, she smiled through the struggle, but she had finally realized that she had just one assignment, which is her son. And when God is done, he is done. He chose Saul to be a king, and when he was done, he told the prophet Samuel that he had moved on. Religion was never an issue between us. Please refer to her interview on News Central TV. Instead, His Majesty has a picture he would love the world to see and perceive him, and another one which his true self. The evangelist then declared that today she announced the beginning of a new dawn and the close of a chapter. Today, she is a mother to God's unique gift. She is no longer a slave to any thought of perfection. At this point, she announced that she shall no longer be referred to as wife of OONI of Ife or as queen of Ile-Ife, but as the queen of the people and mother of our adorable prince. And now on our foreign news, a U.S. Congresswoman has had her car and possessions snatched from her at gunpoint in a daylight carjacking in the city of Philadelphia. Mary Gay Sacklon's government phone and ID were among belongings that the two robbers took. The Democrat was not injured, her office said. The FBI is assisting in the hunt for the attackers. Like many U.S. cities, Philadelphia has seen an uptick in violent crime over the past year. In a statement, the city's mayor, Jim Kenney, a Democrat, called the robbery, which occurred at about 2:45 local time on Wednesday, appalling. The two male attackers struck after scanning toward FDR Park in South Philadelphia, part of her congressional district, and was walking alone back to her 2017 Acura MDX. She had been there for a work meeting, her office said. A dark-colored SUV approached and 2 armed males inside demanded her keys and belongings. Scanlon, who joined Congress in 2018, has co-sponsored a police reform bill to dispatch mental health professionals to certain 911 incidents in lieu of law enforcement officers. Her robbery in Philadelphia comes just 24 hours after another U.S. lawmaker was carjacked at gunpoint in suburb of Chicago. The wave of Omicron appears to be milder according to preliminary studies published in the UK and South Africa. Early evidence suggests fewer people are needing hospital treatment than with other variants, with estimates ranging from a 30% to 70% reduction, but the concern remains that even if Omicron is milder, the sheer number of cases would overwhelm hospitals. More than 100,000 cases have been reported in the UK in a single day for the first time. A deeper understanding of the severity of Omicron will help countries decide on how to respond to the virus. The study in Scotland has been tracking coronavirus and the number of people ending up in hospital. It said that if Omicron behaved the same as Delta, they would expect about 47 people to have been admitted to hospital already. At the moment, they are only 15. The researchers said they were seeing a roughly 2/3 reduction in the number needing hospital care, but there were very few cases and few at-risk elderly people in the study. Dr. Jim McMenamin, the National COVID-19 Incident Director at Public Health Scotland, described it as a qualified good news story. And now on sports, let's join Jonah Malik for the latest update.
Season's greetings, KOGI. It is that time of the year again when we celebrate and marry for seeing yet another year. We'd like to say a big thank you for the opportunity to serve you throughout the year, and we look forward to working with you in the new year as partners in building the KOGI of our dream. Our special appreciation goes to the Governor of KOGI State, Yahya Adoza Bello, for selflessly serving our people. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Media, Honorable Avoyi Nuogu, Honorable Michael Ozigi, Honorable Atuluku Levy.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update. Arsenal will face Liverpool in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, while Chelsea will meet Tottenham. Chelsea's meeting with Spurs is a repeat of the 2015 final when the Blues won 2-0 at Wembley. Both semi-finals are scheduled to take place over 2 legs. The deciding leg will take place in the week commencing 10th January with the final at Wembley on 27th of February. 8th-time winner Liverpool came from behind to make it 3-3 before they beat Leicester City 5-4 on penalties in the thrilling quarter-finals on Wednesday. Arsenal earlier on Tuesday were 5-1 winners over Sunderland, while Chelsea won 2-0 at Bradford on Wednesday. Tottenham overcame West Ham by 2-1. And that's Sports Update on MLC TV. I am Malik Jonah.
Thank you, Jonah, for the update. And now on entertainment with Matthias Ayadeji Peters.
On entertainment news today, some Nigerians have slammed the Kano State Isba board over its decision to invite the parents of 18-year-old Shatu Gako, who emerged as the first Hijabi Miss Nigeria over the weekend. The Commander General of the board, Haruna Ibn Sina, has said the participation in beauty pageant was against Islamic teaching. He said, "We investigated and confirmed that the girl Shatu Gako is from Kano State, an indigene of Gako local government area of Kano State, where Isba is also working at." Reacting, some Nigerians have said the Isba intention to invite Gako's parents for action was uncalled for. Former lawmaker Sani Shehu tweeted, "Shatu Gako contested Miss Nigeria pageant decently dressed. She has not crossed the line of our cultural standards here in the north. They are the daughters of the rich and the powerful that have done that with impunity. I appeal to the Isba religious authority to let her be." Contributing to the matter, activist Aisha Yesufu said, "So my daughter will participate in beauty pageant and Isba will invite me. Kai, I laughed in unmade D." They will know that day that all of us have bed in psychiatric hospital. Nonsense and rubbish. Nobody has monopoly of violence and foolishness. Still on entertainment news, veteran Nollywood actor Sam Obiago, aka Daddy Sam, is dead. The death of the actor was announced by the president of Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, Emeka Rollers. He, however, did not disclose the cause of death. And that is all on entertainment news today. Back to our caster for more stories. My name is Matthias Ideji Peter, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Matthias, for the update. Just as Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari was billed to arrive in Maiduguri, Borno State, to commence one-day commissioning of projects, at least 5 civilians, including a 16-year-old girl, have been reported killed. Multiple bombs landed in Gumari, Ayafe, and Bulumkutu, general areas not too far from the Maiduguri International Airport. The incident occurred ahead of the arrival of the president. The bombs were believed to have been fired from outside Maiduguri just before 11 a.m. Some citizens suspect Boko Haram ISWAP of being responsible. The movement of people have been restricted ahead of the presidential visit. The commissioning of the projects by President Muhammadu Buhari, however, has gone ahead as scheduled. They include the newly built Maiduguri flyover at the customs roundabout and the 10 kilometers Maiduguri-Munadua carriageway, among others. There was no official confirmation of the incident at the time of this report. The Jegede family of Ogori Magongo local government area of Kogi State has announced the passing on to glory of the matriarch of the family, Mama Esther Iwalewa Anabisa Jegede, whose death occurred on Tuesday, 21st of December 2021 at the glorious and accomplished age of 99 years. Mama, who was born in 1922, was the mother of a renowned academic who holds double professorship in 2 distinct academic areas, the pioneer vice-chancellor of the prestigious National Open University of Nigeria, now former Secretary General of the Association of the African Universities, the immediate past secretary to Kogi State Government, who is now the first emeritus professor at now, Professor Olubemiro Jegede. Mama has produced one of the foremost educated families in Ogori Magongo. They are 2 professors, Olubemiro Jegede and Olorunfemi Jegede, a brigadier general who is also a medical doctor, General Folorunso Jegede, an associate professor and architect, Dr. Dorcas Aina Ayeni Nne Jegede, and a first-class chemical engineer, Dr. Olarewaji Jegede, and who runs his own oil and gas staff training company in Atlanta. Mama also has grand and great-grandchildren who are doctors, engineers, international lawyers, all making Ogori and Nigeria proud within and outside the shores of Africa. Her burial ceremony will be announced in due time. And this is our news package today. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc Tv, to watch our daily news. You can send your comments or invite us to cover your event through any of our numbers displayed on the screen. Like and follow us on Facebook, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter, and MLC TV. I am Fatima Yakub. Thanks for watching.